Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here, mostly because we're tackling one of the single most frustrating bottlenecks that digital agency owners run into. You know the exact feeling I'm talking about. You've got the ambition, the market demand is totally there, but your growth, it's just stuck. Well, today we're opening up the strategic playbook, scaling with white label partners, to figure out how to take your agency from a stressed out, strapped operation to a highly scalable enterprise. All right, let's dive right in.
So is your agency growing too fast? I mean, it sounds like a fantastic problem to have, right? But if you're an agency owner, you know this is actually a massive paradox. Your client list is expanding way faster than your internal team can actually handle. You've got more than enough work to stay insanely busy, but then you realize, wait, I don't actually have enough people to execute all these services properly. It just creates this intensely stressful imbalance where you're constantly playing catch-up instead of, actually leading your company.
Here is a quick look at the strategic playbook we'll be running through today. 1. The agency growth trap. 2. What white label partners actually are. 3. The financial and strategic edge you get from them. And 4. How to choose the right partner.
All right, kicking things off with part 1, the agency growth trap.
We really need to look closely at this classic founder dilemma, because simply having enough client work to keep the lights on definitely doesn't mean you have the right infrastructure. Think of traditional full-time hiring like an iceberg. When you try to grow by hiring specialists for every single new service, you aren't just paying a salary. Look at all these hidden costs. You've got recruitment fees, weeks of onboarding and training, monthly software subscriptions for new seats, expensive equipment, and honestly, maybe the most draining one of all, your management time. And this bloat, it becomes especially painful when your agency's demand fluctuates month to month. You end up locked into these really high fixed costs, even when a specific service just isn't in demand.
And here is the ultimate consequence of that trap. Because the team is stretched so incredibly thin and hiring is just so expensive, founders get pulled right back into the weeds. You end up doing technical production tasks, tweaking a website, writing a blog post, checking SEO tags, but your real value to the company is out there talking with prospects, building relationships, and setting the strategy. When you're stuck in production, your agency's growth is basically guaranteed to stall.
Which brings us to Section 2. What exactly are white label partners?
This isn't just some abstract theory, by the way. Top agencies globally across Australia, the UK, the US, they are all using this agile solution to scale without the headache. Basically, a white label partner is a specialist company or team that does the heavy lifting entirely behind the scenes. They complete the services, but, and here is the absolute magic part of this, you provide that finished work to your clients completely under your own brand. Your logo's on the report, your email signature delivers the good news, the brand equity, and that crucial client relationship, it stays 100% yours. And just look at the sheer variety of outsourceable services you can instantly add to your agency's playbook. We're talking everything from deep technical SEO and complex web development to content writing, PPC management, social media marketing, and ongoing website maintenance. There are providers out there, like Intramind Solution, for example, that are set up specifically to handle this exact production work. This means a small two-person web design agency can suddenly offer a full suite of digital marketing services literally overnight.
Moving right along to Section 3, the financial and strategic edge.
Let's do a quick contrast here between the old, rigid way of running an agency and this highly agile approach. On one side, in-house hiring means high fixed costs, specialized recruitment headaches, and massive vulnerability when your workload drops for a month. But look at the white label model. It gives you on-demand specialist support exactly when you need it, with zero recruitment costs and instantly scalable capacity. You are literally only paying for the work when you have a paying client requesting it.
This leads to a massive foundational shift in how you do business. You never have to say no to a client request again. Seriously, imagine a great client asking for a massive, comprehensive PPC campaign, but your internal team only really does SEO. Instead of turning down that huge chunk of revenue and pushing your client right into the arms of a competitor, you just say yes. Your white label partner steps in, delivers the stellar work, and you retain a happy, loyal client who now sees you as their ultimate one-stop shop.
Plus, outsourcing this production work gives you, the agency owner, your superpower back. You get to buy back your time. Instead of being glued to a monitor doing tedious website maintenance, you are out there focusing on high-level client communication, closing big new deals, and steering the ship. Really strong client relationships depend on your communication, not on you personally executing every single technical task.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, choosing the right partner.
Look, saving money is awesome, but unreliable work will absolutely tank your reputation. To avoid losing money on endless revisions and furious clients, here is your essential vetting criteria checklist from the source material. Do not skip these. You have to evaluate their past work experience and their baseline quality. You need to thoroughly understand their communication and reporting processes, like how exactly will they update you. You must lock down expected turnaround times. Ensure their pricing structures actually leave room for a healthy profit margin for your agency. And finally, double-check their capacity. Can they actually handle it if you send them 5 massive projects next Tuesday?
Once they're vetted, you need a strict onboarding playbook. Step 1. Evaluate their experience and how clearly they communicate during your initial talks. Step 2, and this is absolutely critical, start with a small test project. Please, do not hand over your biggest, most important client on day 1. Give them a practical test project to gauge their true quality and technical chops. Then, step 3, only once they have proven their reliability do you begin to scale that partnership up and integrate them deeper into your daily workflow.
I want to wrap things up with this incredibly powerful summary drawn straight from our source material today. Read this carefully. The real benefit is not simply outsourcing work. It is having dependable support that allows the agency to concentrate on clients, sales, and sustainable growth. That right there, that is the golden rule. It's not about being lazy, it's entirely about leverage. Buying back your time and focusing your energy on growth is the ultimate asset for any founder.
Which leaves us with one final crucial question for you to chew on as we finish up this explainer. Are you ready to stop producing and start scaling? It really is time to step out of the technical weeds, leverage the brilliant specialist teams out there ready to support you, and finally build the agency you envisioned when you first started this journey. Take a hard look at your operations this week and just ask yourself what you can offload to a trusted partner. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.